More. I'm joined in the studio by TRT World Defense Analyst, Oubai Shahbandar. Thanks for coming in again. Clarify, if you can, how close is Operation Olive Branch from actually being complete?
Well, we're now in the final phases of Operation Olive Branch as the city of Afrin, the last major holdout by the YPG in the province of Afrin, still remains under YPG control. It's now surrounded by the Turkish military and the Free Syrian Army from two separate axes of approach in a pincer-like movement. The Turkish military and the Free Syrian Army were able to capture both the southwest part on the border of the city and the northeastern part. So essentially the city is now surrounded with just a small route into the southern part of Afrin that's controlled by the Syrian regime that's still open, where the YPG may be able to move some of their fighters in and out. But it's essentially the final phase of the battle for the province of Afrin is here, and the fight for the city is imminent unless the YPG decides and agrees to withdraw without a fight.
Okay, but right now they could escape out that southern route you talked about, and who knows?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this, though. I mean, Turkey's foreign minister has said now that a formal agreement has actually been reached with the United States concerning Manbij, the next phase of operations here. What exactly does that entail? And would it mean the U.S. might finally begin withdrawing support for the YPG, as Turkey has demanded?
Well, this could be a major development. Turkey and the U.S. have been under a series of rounds of negotiations regarding the fate of Manbij and regarding the U.S. support for the YPG, which Turkey considers a terror group and which is the Syrian version of the PKK terror group, which, by the way, the U.S. and the European Union have designated as a terror group as well, although the U.S. says that the YPG in Syria is not the PKK. Now, according to the statements from officials in Ankara, they believe they've reached a formal agreement with the U.S. where the city of Manbij, a strategic city in northern Syria, which is still occupied by the YPG and also controlled by the U.S. forces, would eventually fall under joint U.S. and Turkish supervision, where they would provide security for the city. The YPG would then withdraw. Turkish officials believe that the Afrin model and the Manbij model could then be implemented in other parts of northeastern Syria that are under the control of the YPG. There are many Arab-majority towns in eastern Syria that the YPG controls currently, but possibly now we may have a new model, a new reality on the ground where Turkey and the U.S. and potentially the Free Syrian Army can go into these Arab-majority towns and provide security instead of the YPG to prevent Daesh from re-emerging in these strategic areas of Syria.
Okay, Oubai, we'll leave it there. Thanks so much for coming in.